Where are three others? Yes, Drishesh came. One more is there yet to join. Okay. So now I'm again going to share the screen so that we'll start the session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So screen is visible.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
it's
sir.
visible.
Okay. So we just had one question from your name, beta.
Sir Prahash.
What, sir?
Uh, who has asked the question to explain fission and fusion reaction?
Sir Prahash. Like not explains like just the definitions of few.
Okay. See, fusion reaction. Fusion itself says there is a mixing of two simpler form substance to form a large compound. Okay, it is meaning of fusion. So I'm going to define it now. When, or we can say the reaction in which, the reaction in which two or more simple element or substance combines to form a complex substance. Okay, it's called as fusion reaction. Fusion reaction is just opposite of fusion reaction. Fission means breakdown of complex substance into the simpler form. Okay, so the reaction in which two or more we can no not two or more, the reaction in which when a complex substance breaks down into simpler form. Simpler forms are called as fission reaction. Okay, so this is all about fusion and fission reaction. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll move further on the next type of reaction. So now we will discuss about the displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Okay, so I think we had discussed about one reaction about copper sulfate. Suppose we have taken one container. Here we have taken water, okay, and in copper we have added in water we have added copper sulfate, CuSO4. Okay, we have added, and here water is present. Okay, so its color appears blue. Okay, its color appears blue in color. But when we will add iron nail, It is the iron nail. Okay, iron is represented by ferrous Fe. Okay, then what will form? Then in the same container, the color of the substance get changes. Okay, and it becomes green in color. Green in color. Okay, means there is chemical reaction taking place. So what happens when copper sulfate CuSO4 when reacts with ferrous? Okay, so here ferrous is more reactive than
It will
copper.
be Fe2 or it will be just Fe or Fe2.
No, Fe, ferrous. Iron nail contain
All
only
right.
Fe. Yeah. Okay. So we know
So the formula,
of Fe,
yeah.
yeah, only Fe.
Okay, okay.
Okay, it is a metal and it is stable. Okay, that's why it's present in our nature in the form of Fe only. Okay, but it is very reactive. It reacts with oxygen and moisture to form Fe2O3. Okay, it is ferric oxide. We call this rust. Okay, so it is nothing but type of the corrosion. Okay, so here copper sulfate, its aqueous solution appears blue. Okay, and when we will add ferrous in it, so we know ferrous is more reactive than copper. So what will happen here? This more reactive element replaces the less reactive element from its salt. Okay, and will form FeSO4, ferrous sulfate, and copper metal will get separated. Okay, we settle down. So here its color is green. Okay, so blue color convert into green. It shows that there is formation of ferrous sulfate. Okay, so here what happens? The more reactive, see here written, more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from its compound or solution is called as displacement reaction. Okay, it's called as displacement reaction. Understood?
Yes, sir.
We had discussed earlier also. Okay, so here we have taken another example. Here we have zinc and copper sulfate. Again here zinc is more reactive than copper. That's why zinc is going to replace copper from its salt to form zinc sulfate, and copper will get again separated out. Okay, but in case of copper and silver, so copper is more reactive than silver. So what will happen here? Copper will replace silver from its compound to form copper nitrate. Okay, and silver is get separated out. Okay, so these are the how more reactive element or metal replaces the less reactive atom or metal from its compound. Okay, to form a new compound. Okay, here displacement reaction takes place. That's why it is called as displacement reaction, and it is a very good, nice, easier definition. When we can write here the reaction in which we can write here the reaction in which more reactive element, or we can say metal here also, metal displaces the less reactive element, or instead of element we can write metal. We can write metal from its compound or solution is called as displacement reaction. Okay, understood? Have you written the definition?
Understood.
Okay. So if you want to write, you can take a screenshot because I'm going to scroll it down up.
Sir, already written.
Done? Okay, okay. So now we will discuss about the double displacement reaction. See, what happens here when two different compounds, here we have taken aluminum sulfate and calcium hydroxide. Okay, so these are the two different salt. Okay, but here element aluminum and here calcium are present and both are metals. Okay, so if we will mix this compound together, so we know calcium is going to form more stable substance with sulfate group. Okay, so individual they are very stable, but when we will mix them, then calcium sulfate will be more stable and aluminum hydroxide will be more stable. So what will happen here? They will exchange their ion. Aluminum will form, hydroxide will be more stable than both of them, and calcium will combine with sulfate group to form calcium sulfate and will be more, stable compound will form. Okay, so they are also stable but when they mix together, okay, so they will form more stable compound by replacing ion of each other. Here aluminum ion and calcium ion, they replaces their position with each other. Such reactions are called as double displacement reaction. So when aluminum displaces with OH, it is first displacement, and calcium when displaces with sulfate group, it is second displacement. So in this reaction, two displacement takes place. That's why it is called as double displacement reaction. Okay, so the definition is given over here. An exchange of ion. See here, exchange of ion takes place. Aluminum forms Al3 plus ion and calcium forms Ca2 plus ion. So exchange of ion takes place here, okay, between their compounds. Okay, and during the process, precipitate is formed. Okay, so an exchange of ion takes place between the reactant, okay, to give the new product or to form the new product are called as double displacement reaction, are called as double displacement reaction. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want the definition or we'll do that definition also? Let me write the definition.
Sir, yeah, please write that.
Okay, so I'm going to write definition here. Okay, so the reaction in which the reaction in which the reaction in which the ion, or you can say ion of the the reaction in which the ion of the reactants and of the reactant exchange with each other okay. Here precipitate is formed during the reaction, so we can write each other to form precipitate. Precipitate is called as double displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Okay, so this is the example for double displacement reaction. So write it down, definition. We'll understand with the help of one more example here. Okay, suppose we have taken barium sulfate. It is BaSO4. It is barium sulfate, and we are going to react barium sulfate with potassium chromate. It is K2CrO4. Okay, when we will react with each other, okay, when they are going to react, they will form K2SO4 and BaCrO4. Okay, So here exchange of ion takes place between the reactant to form the new product or is called as double displacement reaction. Understood? You can write one more definition also, one more example also.
Sir,
Beta,
on the left side, what is the second reactant?
BaCrO for barium chromate. A reactant. This
Second
one,
reactant, sir.
potassium chromate.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay, understood? Now, see here PPT is formed where we have written precipitate is formed. So we can say it is also the precipitation reaction. Now we are going to discuss this one. Okay, see what happens. And insoluble compounds are called as precipitate when the reaction takes place, and during the reaction, if such compounds are formed, they are not going to dissolve in the solvent, then they appear in the form of solid. Okay, such solid substance is called as precipitate. Okay, so those reactions in which precipitate is formed, okay, when two solution containing soluble salt are combined. Okay, same reaction, double displacement reaction we have. Okay, but why, I don't know why they have, we can say double displacement reaction is nothing but precipitation reaction. Okay, where exchange of ion takes place. Okay, such reactions are called as double displacement reaction, and precipitate is formed, so we can say also precipitation reaction. Here example is given here. It is lead, Pb is lead and nitrate. Okay, when it combines with potassium iodide, gives potassium nitrate and lead iodide is formed. Okay, so again here exchange of ion takes place. Okay, so it is also a double displacement reaction, and always in double displacement reaction precipitate is formed. Okay, that's why it is also called as precipitation reaction. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so write down this reaction also,
Yes, sir.
or you can take a screenshot. Done?
Sir,
Yes.
precipitate. Like, can you give another definition for precipitate?
Precipitate, yes. So I'm going to change the ink for precipitate, PPT. PPT is nothing but the precipitate. I'm going to in full screen. See, precipitate, the insoluble solid substance formed during chemical reaction is called as precipitate. Precipitate, precipitate. Okay, so those reactions in which precipitate is formed are called as, or precipitate are formed, are called as precipitation reaction. So you just have to remember what is PPT. PPT means precipitate. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can take a screenshot now.
Done, sir, writing.
Okay, so done.
Completed. Okay.
Okay, see here, these are the two different substance and their aqueous solution when they mix together. Okay, so here this yellow substance, okay, this yellow substance is PPT, because It is not going to dissolve in the solution. That's why it appears in a solid form, and it is precipitate. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the time now?
I think the time is over.
Okay.
8:45.
Yes, sir.
So in next session, we will cover the redox reaction. Okay.
Sir, you explain no, sir. Now only.
Yes, we have already been discussed, but in next session, we will, revise that much, that reaction also redox reaction, because we will take very less time. Then we will understand exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction, corrosion, and rancidity. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So for today, bye for now. So have you enjoyed the session, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Who has not joined in second session?
Yes, sir.
So do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
So today I'm going to, share this notes with you also. And I think you will going through the video lecture also on your Google Classroom.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you will get any kind of doubt, because after completion of this chapter, one session we will have on oral and your doubt discussion. Okay. So I will take
Okay,
oral exam,
Okay, sir.
yes, oral test also of all of you. Hemant,
Yes.
Hemant,
Yes, sir.
Hemant Reddy.
Sir.
So you need to study very, hard, smart study, and you have to answer each and everybody. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And if you are getting single
Yes,
doubt,
sir.
small doubt, you can ask me. Don't worry about. Feel free to ask questions. I know, you know that those they are, studying, they are getting doubts, and those they are not studying, they are getting no doubt. Okay. So more study, more doubt will come. No study, no doubt will come. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So bye for now and have a good night.